One aspect of Surreal CMS that pushes it way beyond just a simple in-browser editor is the ability to create page templates and build new pages based on those templates. Most of the blogging systems currently available today for Muse use something called a hashbang. And basically what this is it's a JavaScript approach to creating pages. When you create a blog using a hashbang, you'll notice that in the URL you have a hash symbol and then some keywords. Basically what you're doing is you're creating one page and you're using JavaScript to manipulate the content of that page. In a sense, kind of faking a different URL. But in reality, it is not different pages, it is the same page with different content loading. We at MuseThemes would always prefer to have unique individual HTML pages for each of your different blog posts. We believe this is far superior from an SEO standpoint, and luckily in Surreal, you can actually achieve this. So I've reverted my Muse site, and let's go ahead and build a page template and set up a semi-blog system using Surreal. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my services page, and I'm going to call this blog. Within that blog page, I'm actually just going to delete out the content yet again. So let's delete all of this out, just like that. And I'm going to put a text frame into the page. So let's do a blank text frame here, and that looks good. The next thing I'm going to do is let's set some responsive sizing. So I'll go responsive width right there. And then I just need to make sure that I have my editable class applied to this. So let's go graphic style and editable. Perfect. And then I'm just going to delete out this button again and perhaps make these editable as well. All right, so that's looking really good. So this is just going to be a blank generic page template that we can use for any sort of content. So next I'm just going to publish this back up to my hosting server again. Now that our page has been republished, let's go back into Surreal and we're going to go to enable pages for editing. So I'll enable the blog page and done. So now we can go ahead and edit this blog.html page. But what we're actually going to do with that is we're going to use it as a page template for blog posts. And you can see here on the left side in Surreal it says edit page templates. When we click into there, it asks us to add a new template, so we can add one. And it needs us to paste the HTML for the page into this box. And we can give it a name and a file extension. So let's just create a name for this page. We'll call it post-template, and I'm going to give it a file extension of .html, just like that, and click submit. Now when I drop back to the CMS, I need to go grab the HTML from this blog page. So if I click into it, and I go up to edit and edit page source, it shows the entire code or HTML for the site, and all you need to do is just copy it all, and we're going to paste it into that page template. So I'll go to edit page templates now, click on the one I just created, and paste all of that in there. And then just click submit in the bottom. So now we have a page template ready. In Surreal's main dashboard then, you'll see a green plus button here on the right side. And if we click plus, we're going to add a new page. So let's call this blog post Surreal page templates. And you'll notice that it's going to give it a good SEO-friendly file name for a blog post. We can revise this to be anything we want, so maybe we'll just use Surreal page templates. Next up, it asks us what we want to use for our template. Well, the only one we've created is the post template, so let's just choose that. And then where we want to put it. I'm just going to leave it in the root of our folder and click Create. Once we've done that, you can see it shows up here, and we can edit it in Surreal by clicking on it. And now we have a unique blog post ready to be edited. So I could change this to say post number 1, Surreal templates, an overview of using page templates. And then we'd go ahead and write in our entire blog post in this section. So I don't have a blog post ready to go, but you would go ahead and fill this up with text and images and an entire post. The next thing you'd want to do on that post page is go up to Edit and Edit Page Properties. And in this area, you can edit the page title and the page meta description. So we might say something like blog post, and I've created some in the past, so that could be our page title. And then we'd say an overview of how to use page templates in Surreal CMS. So we have a good search engine friendly meta description, page title, and even page name, and click Submit. So now let's go ahead and save this and publish it up. And let's just view it quickly on the web. So as you can see, everything's looking really good. It's a custom page. It's got a great title here in the browser bar. So now what do we want to do with that blog page? Well, for the blog page, what you could do, and let me jump back to the Surreal dashboard, is you could use it as kind of an excerpt or a quick preview of the blog post you're going to include. So let me jump into the blog page. And what I'd suggest you do on this blog page is something along these lines. So I'll delete this out. And what we could say is an overview of using page templates in Surreal. And then you could have something like a read more button. And you can link that button up here using the inline editor. We'll click link and it gives you a folder option. So let's open and we're going to select that blog post page that we just created and select and submit. So now you could build a blog similar to even how we have on MuseThemes, where you have small excerpts of blog posts. And let me save this and publish it, that link to pages, unique pages with individual URLs, not using hashbangs or anything like that for your blog post pages. Let's preview this in the browser. Now when I go down to read more and I click on it, it opens up that post page that I created. Pretty awesome, right? One thing you need to be careful of though using page templates in Surreal is that because Surreal does create static HTML pages, they are not dynamic, you will not be able to edit the structure and muse elements of pages that you've created using those templates. The only thing you'll be able to edit is the content within Surreal. So you want to make sure that you're solidified on your template and that your site is finished before you give your client this ability. Another aspect to this is how many blog posts is your client going to do. If they end up doing 100 blog posts and you need to change the format of the template down the road, that's going to be a lot of work. But for smaller sites that may only have 5 to 10 posts, if you do need to change the template, it's not that big of a deal to roll content into a newer template. So as you can see, the page creation and templating system in Surreal pushes it far beyond what a simple in-browser editor can do.